welcome to Lasting Impressions, guys. The phone that we're going to be looking at today, or the device we're going to be looking at today, is the iPhone 6. With the unveiling of the iPhone 6 Plus S, or iPhone 6S, iPhone 6S Plus, that would be a good time to review the iPhone 6. So this right here is the 16 gig model. It is the iPhone 6. Here goes all the specs on the back. This is a very simple white iPhone box. They really did a good number on that. And here's the actual device. Now, what makes this device great? Did have a couple notes with it. The one thing I did love when the iPhone 6 came out was its design. It was made out of aluminum. So they went from a metal glass frame to just a glass metal back. I thought that was pretty original. I really liked the way it actually came out. If you notice the ridges, the glass kind of went seamlessly into the metal, so it was nice and rounded. The bad thing about that, though, is it was a little slippery in the hands when you grasp it. I have pretty big hands, so the phone may look a little small, but this is the 6S. It is the T-Mobile version, or I'm sorry, it is the 6, the iPhone 6, and not the S. It is a T-Mobile version. As you can see, the screen is pretty vibrant. I don't know if you can tell in the video, but the screen is pretty vibrant. I definitely like the design. The camera on it is pretty decent. I believe they were having some issues with some of the camera taking, so it launches pretty fast. It doesn't have like that laser autofocus or anything like that, but you know, like I said, let me see if I can get it to go in the correct direction, but it takes a pretty decent photo. And like in my lasting impressions, the definitely lasting impressions on this particular phone for me was the design, was the camera. The screen is really nice. It is very light in the hand. The button placement is the same. If you have an iPhone before, this is not going to be anything new to you. It has the charging port at the bottom, the speaker right here, the speaker grill here, the headphone jack here, and the power buttons on this side. This is your SIM card slot. The design of the phone is very reminiscent to the older designs, but instead of having the power button on top like you'd see on the 5S, and other previous devices before, now they put it on the side here. I believe this is the 4.7-inch display. The iPhone 6 Plus is a 5.5-inch display, so obviously this is the smaller one if you didn't think you wanted to go more for phablet. They believe they started, it was 16 gig, 32 gig, and 64 gig. The phone, again, the lasting impressions that I have on this one, it is a good phone. If you are an Apple person, you're not looking for too many complications. If you do have Apple products, the phone is actually a really good buy. If you could find it now with the new 6S, iPhone 6S and 6 Plus S, or however they say it, out, you're probably going to be seeing a lot of people on Craigslist or whatever site you would buy, eBay, see them try to dump the older model just to go ahead and get the newer one. You may be able to find a really good deal on an iPhone 6 right now, or a 6 Plus for those folks that are trying to upgrade to the newer device. The three main features that they added was 3D touch. They added the internal. It's a little faster and had a better camera. Now, do I think if you were going from a 6 to a 6S, do I think the upgrade is worth it? Not really. You're not really missing too much. The functionality is still going to be there. The great thing about iPhone products or Apple products is that you can hold on to them and they will support them up to a certain number of generations. So again, if you could find a really good deal on the iPhone 6 now, it'd be a good time to jump on it as people are trying to upgrade to the newer devices. Again, these are my lasting impressions of the device. One of the things I did want to touch base on was the battery. The battery wasn't that great, as I found I'd have to charge it throughout the day. Unfortunately, it being a metal back, it does have a non-removable battery. So if you are a power user, I always suggest go out and getting a external charger, I believe they're called, or a power pack. My favorite power packs are Motorola's. The Motorola's, they have my daily driver is actually a Samsung device, and the Motorola's have plugs built into them so that you wouldn't have to worry about carrying extra plug. But for the iPhone, you can look at third-party manufacturers like Mophie, I believe it is, but I like the Motorola power packs. So people who have issues with battery use, I always suggest that being an option for you. Other than that, again, it is a great phone. It's definitely going to last, a couple more upgrades as far as the software. A nice solid build for them. Unfortunately, with this particular generation of phone, and the iPhone 6 Plus specifically, they had this thing called Bendgate, where under a certain amount of the phones actually bent if they were in your pocket. So that may be something to consider, especially if you're getting a bigger phone. You want to be careful about as far as where, if you put it in your front pocket you sit, or you put it in your back pocket. They were prone to bending, so if you feel the iPhone 6s, it's going to feel a little bit meatier, because I believe they went with a more sturdier build than this current generation. And I believe, be on the lookout also, they had a recall on a certain generations of the iPhone 6 Plus that dealt with a faulty camera, so you want to be careful with that if you are going to be buying it secondhand from somebody on Craigslist or whatever. Anyway, and these are my lasting impressions of the iPhone 6 Plus. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks, and have a good day. Peace.